Yo, what's goodie, fam? It's your boy ZenkaiBoostd back here with KPL Week 2, and a little bit of an explanation before we continue on with the battle, you know what I'm saying? So I was a little late on Week 2 just because I've been extremely busy in real life. Just for you guys so you guys can know, we've been working on moving, finding a new place to live, and I'm starting a new job next month, so that's kind of been taking up my time. And on top of that, I don't have a Week 3 battle because my Week 3 opponent ended up forfeiting to me due to time constraints. Excuse me. But so I'm actually bringing you my Week 2 on Week 3, and so I basically got a 3-point win for that forfeit for this week. So I'm bringing you content this week instead, and we'll be back on track with Week 4 when we play against my boy Dapper and Smash. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try our best not to get smashed on, but we're taking on Ray and the Moko Ho-Oh. And full disclosure, I did not prep well for this team again just because I was super busy. But we're making changes next week. I dropped Iron Hands for a Thunderous Therian with Terra. So you're going to see an adjusted team next week. So I wasn't really thinking about giving this my all too much, and no excuses, no Johns or nothing. But we're going to lead off with Focus Sash Inferno. We are Focus Sash Nasty Plot knockoff. Just so we can just, you know, scout whatever this thing's going for, right? So I'm gonna go for a knockoff here just in case this thing's like random Scarf or anything like that, but he could opt to get rocks here, in which case I kind of regret not having taunt, but again, I didn't prep well this week. But I'm just gonna go ahead and knock off here, and then hopefully if he gets up rocks, then we get a free Nasty Plot into Overheat next turn, because we are Focus Sash, so that would be ideal too. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see what my opponent opts to go for here. And Landers is scary, man, so if this thing could be gone, this would be pretty fantastic for me. So yeah, and I apologize because the video is going to be a little choppy for some reason. I was having encoder issues during the recording, so that almost made me not want to post it. But yeah, we're gonna go for the knockoff here and get rid of this thing and its leftovers. So that's cool. Does go for the Stealth Rock here, which we do have Iron Treads in the back to get rid of it if we absolutely need to. However, my opponent is packing a Dragapult, so yeah, so we might not get an opportunity to spin, but still, this gives me a free Nasty Plot so I can get rid of this thing right here, or anything that wants to come in is going to have to take a really strong Blaze boosted Overheat if this thing brings me down to Sash, right? So I don't think anything's living on the team. Maybe not even Keldeo, who knows? But we do get down to Sash. We are in Blaze range now. We do live that, and we are going to cook this thing with an Overheat next turn because we are guaranteed faster. If he opts to stay in, he obviously could go into Keldeo and try to eat this a little better. But I know he's not wanting to take any moves with that thing because Keldeo can be scary into my team, right? So, jeez, I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. My throat's a little messed up today. The weather's been changing, man. It's getting warmer. It's getting colder. I don't know. It's all weird out here, but of course, as I'm telling you guys this while we're waiting for my opponent to choose his move, yeah, dude, I got a lot of life changes going on, so I'm sorry if the uploads have been a little bit more sporadic, but hopefully once I'm settled into the new place, we're going to be all good and ready to go again. I do have my Week 4 that's going to be scheduled, just in case I don't have internet or my computer's unplugged by then, right? So, yeah. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and click this Overheat. Hope my opponent actually opts to make a move where he's going to give me this. What else he's going to give me? But we do get the Overheat off, and that is going to be a dead Landorus. Yo, that's big. Because Landorus was kind of threatening into like my treads, into everything else. So we do take that Inferno, picking up a KO right here. First blood of the battle. So not a bad start for me right here. Of course, my opponent has a very incredibly bulky team, including that Calyrex Eyes, including Dragapult, including Zarude, man. With Zarude, I never like fighting that mon because it could be a plethora of things. But of course, Dragapult does come right out. We're probably going to sack here just because I don't want anything coming in to a Shadow Ball or a Draco. So let's go for the Shadow Ball here. Just picks us off. But just in case he wanted to set up or something, I just want to make sure to go for the knockoff here. And of course, Inferno does go down, which it did its job. It did what it needed to. I, again, wish that I was taunt on this. I would have prevented Stealth Rocks. That would have been a better turn. But we're going to go out into Yakuza, the Samurott here. Hisuian Samurott, one of my favorite Pokemon in draft, of course. And we're going to go ahead and just click Ceaseless Edge, try to get some Spikers up of our own. He does have a good switch into this, obviously, in the Zarude and into the Keldeo as well. And I do really want to click Aerial Ace, but I do want to get my Spikers up at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and just click the Ceaseless, where here comes the like really obvious switch, right? And Keldeo does come on out. I'm pretty sure that's Keldeo, yeah. But it's like the base form Keldeo, so it's not like the, I forget what, Resolute, I think it's called. It does get a justified boost, so I'm like, oh my god, is this actually like a physical Keldeo? That would be heater. But we do get our Spikers up, which is really nice. I do like having the spikes up, trying to break any potential Focus Sashes in the back. Although my homeboy so far has brought leftovers on everything, boy. I know he likes to build pretty fat, but like I said, I didn't really have too much prep for this. I'm just going to go ahead and go on to my Sylveon here, which is my obvious switching into this, my obvious check. If we start setting up, we do have Yawn on deck to force the switch, which we be pretty honest, to be honest. Man, I am scatterbrained today. I am sorry, but it does opt to go for the Calm Mind here. So this thing is ready to just go for game in my face. Disrespectfully, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I should live one. I'm pretty sure I'm max HP, max bid def on this thing. So I'm just going to go for a Yawn here, I think. Yeah, we do have lefties on this, I do remember. Sorry, this battle happened a while ago, and I'm having to post calm just because, like I said, I've been running around being busy as hell. But I'm gonna go for a Yawn here just to try to deter any more setup and catch something if he wants to swap out, just in case, you know. Excuse me if you guys hear my dogs in the background. Kyle over here is roaming about. He's right here in my face. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? But yeah, so we're just gonna click the Yawn here. Hopefully it he stays in and gets greedy and gets put to sleep, or he swaps onto something and we can catch a sleep turn that way. Of course, Sylveon's here just to check this. Actually, I think I'm pretty fizz def this week, to be honest, just because I wanted to see if I could live one from this the freaking Calyrex. So that thing is so stupidly fat. It is insanely bulky, guys. The Ice Rider, it's slow, but it's so bulky, bro. Man, my opponent does just opt to go for another Calm Mind, which is fair. He's probably calculating that we don't do that much damage with +2, which is fair, to be honest. But I'm going to fully take advantage of this and go for the Yawn here. And just kind of force this thing out, or force it to stay in, get it to go to sleep, and take damage. So I got a free Hyper Voice this turn. Free Hyper Voice this turn into anything that wants to swap in. If it's the Zarude, it's perfect. I don't expect to get a kill with it, because we are not max special attack, but damage is damage, bro. So I'm going to go ahead and go for that. Free Hyper Voice here, or what did I go for here? I think it's, I don't even remember what I went for here, to be honest. I'm sorry, this post-com isn't that great, but I am just going to go ahead and click a move here. See what my opponent opts to do, whether he opts to let this go to sleep or not. Of course, he's bringing just fat mons with setup, which is always pretty scary to play into, considering I also have some fat mons. But I brought a lot of defensive cores this week, and this is usually not, that's how you can tell that I don't prep that well, is when I bring more defense and offense. I am a huge believer in hyper offense, so I believe in attacking when my opponents can defend, and I kind of built defensively this week, and that's where I lose games. That's where I lose games. That's where I don't do well, is when I start building defensively instead of building offensively, because I think Gen 9 is definitely an offensive meta, right? So I should have just built more offensively, I think, like brought specs this or whatever, just do more, as much damage as possible. But it does go out to Perseus, which is the fat horse. This freaking thing is in, man. This freaking thing is in. What is it? But, you know, it's taking spikes damage at least. We do get a Calm Mind off at the very least here. So I do get some setup at least. So I am at least +1. So this Hyper Voice is still going to do a nice chunk to this, despite how fat it is. Sylveon's strong, man. Even without investment, Sylveon is pretty damn strong, and I will take chip on this thing any day of the week. We should be faster, because this thing's not very inherently fast, but you never know. This could run speed with Trailblaze. This thing's a beast, man. This thing's a beast. I could just yawn in here, but I'm just gonna opt to go for chip. Whatever chip I can get. We are +1. I need to attack. I need to get some momentum here, because currently we're on the back foot, having lost Infernape. I mean, they did lose Landorus, but look at that. My man brought fat setup on every mon, and it's like, oh my god, bro, was just trying to win the game every single turn, and that's how I should be playing, so I respect him for that playstyle. But we do a hefty chunk to this thing as it Swords Dance up, and it is faster than us, but I'm like, if I don't want to switch anything into this, I might as well just attack here, and I probably should have gone quick attack just to get that extra chip. Because this man, like I said, brought leftovers, everything, and my poor little Sylveon, my little foxy boy, just gets annihilated, man. That's crazy. This thing gets another +1, obviously, and this thing's a threat. This thing's a threat and a half. But we do have Scarf Samu in the back to deal with this, obviously, even though I don't really need the Scarf. I don't even remember what I brought Scarf for, but I just did. And I was like Sash, Iron Treads for some reason. I don't remember. Like I said, I did not build as well. I don't know what I was doing, or I was thinking I should have bought boots on it every day of the week to not take that Rocks chip. But of course, he brought Keldeo in last time on this, and everything in my gut is screaming, click Aerial Ace. You got Sharpness boosted Aerial Ace. It might kill from the range it's at. It might just do a lot of damage if I just click the Aerial Ace. But I was like, what do I do, man? I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, oh, should I not? I don't know, fam. This is crazy. This plays crazy if I go for that. Because if I stay in and I click Aerial Ace and he stays in and we don't kill, I can get massively punished by this thing. Because I'm pretty sure this thing gets close combat. So I was like, just weighing in my head, I was like, do I want another layer of spikes? Do I click Ceaseless? Because he went in the Keldeo last time. I brought Aerial Ace specifically for the Keldeo, and I should have listened to my gut, pretty sure, because I'm going to click Ceaseless Edge here just for the extra spike and just chip damage on the Keldeo. So, man, it's a tough call right here. And, of course, I should have listened to my gut because the boy does switch out and bring in the Keldeo again, which... it's not a bad swap at all, but he is taking the spike damage and he's going to get hit by this again, which is pretty cool. But man, if I click Aerial Ace, if I clicked Aerial Ace twice, this thing was cooked. This thing was cooked if I clicked Aerial Ace twice. Considering his very Spadef, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have taken a Sharpness boosted Aerial Ace very well, which doesn't get boosted by Sharpness, in case you guys didn't know that. So I wish I would have listened to my gut. Keldeo would have been gone, and like my best bet here is to go on to Terra Water Iron Hands, but I was like, you know what, we ball, we're gonna risk it. I'm just gonna click it again, and then we're gonna go out hard into Lunala on the fighting type move, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to set up again, and just take extra chip on this thing, put it in range of something, right, and get the third layer of spikes up, which, I mean, this third layer is kind of like diminishing returns, but still, I mean, like, why not take that extra chip? My team is looking low. I could use any boost I get. And like, I brought a really defensive Iron Hands instead of offensive that was requiring Swords Dance. I probably should have just brought like Bandit or something, bro, because that would have done so much more work. But now I'm just like, I should go to Hands here. Hands or Treads is probably the sack or the old optimal play, because I have a really cool Lunala set, but I was just like, you know what, I'm risking it. I don't care. We ball. And we do go out into Quasar here, the Lunala, and I have a Blunder Policy Hypnosis set that I thought could have done so much work. And unfortunately, with the rocks, what's it called? The Shadow Shield is broken, so we're gonna take max damage from everything. Unfortunately, I was thinking that I could have cleared the rocks out with Treads. Like I said, I don't think I played this game very optimally, and it's cool. I was kind of checked out, just do all the real life stuff happening, and knowing that I had a team swap coming next week anyways, I was just sort of not as invested, which you can tell in my team building, because it was not great. I just wanted to get this Blunder Policy thing off, just to show it off, you know what I'm saying? Do it for the content. You feel? But yeah, of course, waiting for my opponent to do something. This thing is going to be very Spadef, and it's got a +1 special defense boost, so I don't know if we kill, because, again, I built this one very defensively and barely has any special attack investment, because I was completely relying on setup and blah, 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 and I don't know what, and I just wanted to get that Blunder Policy plus a Calm Mind off, and then I could have been in an okay spot, you know what I'm saying? But Keldeo's strong. I probably should not have swapped into this right off rip, and it is faster than me, guaranteed, because I don't believe I had a lot of speed just because I was banking on Blunder Policy giving me all the speed I need. But it is what it is, man. Like, this dude's gonna rock out a Surf, a +1 Surf, and that does so much damage. And I do get the Hypnosis proc off. I miss, which means I get the Blunder Policy, so at least I get to show off the tech, baby. Let's go. Yeah, we're in a bad spot, but tech pop off equals a dub in my book, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, Keldeo's going to get more and more health recovery here, which is unfortunate because, man, this is leftovers the team, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and click Moonblast, although I'm pretty sure we're not going to kill just because, one, it's not stab, and two, this Keldeo seems to be extremely Spadef with a +1 boost. And I'm just going to argue, like, which one does more here? I wasn't even calcing on the side, so I was like, I'm just going to probably go for a Moonblast. But Moongeist speed? Nah, probably just a Moonblast because it's super effective. And I'm dumb because I'm pretty sure Moongeist would have done more, and it almost kills, but it doesn't. This thing actually kind of chewed, to be honest. And another serve is going to be enough to take me out, which sucks. But Lunala goes down here, unfortunately. Quasar, my GOAT. Again, the optimal play would have been going Iron Hands on this thing. But I wanted to risk it. I wanted to risk the Blunder Policy thing, and I didn't think it would do this much, but it did. Like, this thing is strong. I underestimated Keldeo. I did not calc. I was just like, whatever. I'm just playing to play, bro. And this thing does come in. Now we're going to go ahead and Terra Water, even though obviously he's not going to go for a water move. We know our Terra types in this league because this league is Terra Preview, so we know it's on Terra Water. So I'm assuming a special fighting move come out. Like I said, he's not Resolute Keldeo, so he shouldn't have Secret Sword. But I mean, he could be running Vacuum Wave or a Sphere or anything like that, which is fair. It's fully fair. But we're gonna get Terra here and just try to click a Drain Punch to get most the maximum amount of health, right? And I don't know, like I said, I am very not invested in attack for some reason on Iron Hands here because I was meant to go Swords Dance, but that thing does a chunk. Luckily, it does proc our Citrus Berry plus the Drain Punch damage here. It should kill it from this range, I hope. And we should get a little bit of more health back on top of that, so that's cool. Hands doing the work here. At least getting a kill on his annoying Keldeo. So at least that thing's down. We're at least not getting 6-0'd, 5-0'd. We got 2 kills at least. Let's go, baby. But yeah, now to see what my opponent actually opts to bring out next. Could be Dragapult, could be anything. Like I said, I do have Ice Punch for the Dragapult, but I am not invested, sadly. And again, this is the marksmanship of my poorer team builds, I would say, is when I build defensively and not offensively. When I have a clearly offensive team, and actually Terapagos swaps out into this, which, I mean, I do at least get to break Terra Shield because it shouldn't be able to kill me with any one shot unless it's like super modest specs or something, because we do have a lot of SPDEF investment into this thing. Just rapid spins to get rid of the spiker here, which is fair. It's very fair. And we're just gonna go ahead and break the Terra Shell here with a big Drain Punch and get a little bit more health back, I think. Just a little incy bit of health here, because it's not very effective with Terra Shell. It's so crazy that it says that it's not very effective. But at this point, that we're able to actually just clean up with the Drain Punch, I think. Even though he might just swap straight into the, into the Dragapult, which I assume here. With Terra Shell, the Rapid Spin is very free into this, so that's a good tech. Of course, Dragapult does come on out and isn't affected by Drain Punch, but we should at least be able to get a little Ice Punch off here. Do a little bit of damage, just because I could go into Treads, and Treads would probably eat a hit or not. But I'm fully expecting this to be like Specs Pult, Dragon Pulse, and that does a ton of damage. And right here, we just go for the Ice Punch and do a little over half. But of course, it's not enough because I'm dumb and did not bring offensive Iron Hands this week. But it's okay. We're going to go on to Iron Treads here. We should be able to at least eat 1 or 2 Dragon Pulses here, which would be kind of sick, to be honest, if we can. Not very SPDEF invested in this, and we do take the chip, even though we're Focus Sash. Like I said, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why I was Focus Sash, and maybe I was planning to lead this thing, and then I didn't. I thought Double Sash might be the way, but of course, we're going to Ice Spinner here, as he does Dragon Pulse. Again, and we do live and take a second one, but that is definitely Specs damage, right? So we're going to go ahead and just click this Ice Spinner, and that should take out the Dragapult, so very good. We're going to at least get 3-0'd at this point, because that Zarude in the back is scary as hell. And my man's Broad set up everything, so I was fully expecting bulk up Zarude. And I forget what Terra he was in this initially. I'm pretty sure he shows it off at the end. But we're just going to go ahead and take our damage here. This could have been weakness policy, like bulky weakness policy. Zarude would have been a nightmare to deal with off rip. I mean, but this thing's just going to rip me a new one. Everything I have loses to this thing. I do have the Scarf Aerial Samurott, but if things bulks up in my face and loses one, like, it's not going to do very well. So, of course, I'm just going to go for the Ice Spinner here, get some chips, just try to play to my outs, but I'm pretty sure this is game over at this point. And I apologize for the poor play. Like I said, I was very distracted this week. I did not really have mods on the brain between this and moving and church. Like, it's been a lot, so I apologize. But yeah, he's going to go for the bulk up, and that's pretty much going to end the game here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think he was Terra Ghost Zarude, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's going to go for the bulk up. I'm just going to keep clicking Ice Spinner until I die. Or I do think I'd opt to get rocks here for some reason, just in case, I don't know, anything else. Like, as if I was going to survive this Zarude, right? I should have just got more chip. So yeah, like I said, didn't play the most optimally this game, and I apologize for my lack of energy. It's been really tired. But I will be actually uploading my week 4 next week again. Like I said, I will be more on track. We play against my good friend Dapper Snapper, my GOAT, and my fellow UNPL commissioner, one of my best friends in the draft space. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that one, as we are about to get blown out by this Zarude, bro. Oh, I'm dumb. And I knew bulk up Zarude was coming because this thing's so good. But like I said, I don't know. Clearer minds will prevail, I suppose. And I don't know. I'm just at this point, I'm just like, this thing just beats me down. I'm just going to go ahead and rapid spin here. It's like, just take your kill, bro. Like, +2 is overkill. +1, you already had the game won. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever. But homie's got to flex. But I'm just going to go ahead and click the rapid spin just so I don't take additional chip, as if I could survive a hit. I mean, it's like, whatever, you know, like, this thing's donezo. But yeah, just rapid spinning here, get rid of these rocks for no reason. Sometimes you look at your play, man, you're like, oh God, what was I thinking, bro? And that's one of those moments right here. But Power Up's gonna go ahead and take us out. My only win con is like 5 Power Whip misses, I guess. Because this man brought fat, bulky mons with leftovers on every single Pokemon, bro. I swear. Maybe except just the boots on the Terrapagos, but I swear to God, every mon had lefties. So yeah, this is pretty much the Jover. We're just gonna go ahead and play our outs here, and I'm gonna go click Scarf Aerial Ace, even though it's not gonna do anything. But hey, you know what? Crits can happen. Crits can happen, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and click it because I'm like, you know what? You know what? People don't forfeit. It's one of my pet peeves when people forfeit in draft. It's like, just play it out, bro. Just play it out. So we Aerial Ace. Just chip. This is a good chip. You know what I'm saying? It's not too horrible. Not too horrible. And Power Up comes out and just does not miss. So of course that's GG on that part. Iron Hand is going to be way too slow and way too low to aid a +2 Power Whip from this thing. So yeah, GG's my opponent. Like I said, I did not play well. I did not build well. So shouts to him. Of course, I am not salty whatsoever. This is a fine loss. I'll take a 3-0 loss. It's fine. We won. We technically got a 3-0 win versus the first forfeit, and then I had this one, then I had another forfeit. That's 2 people so far in this league that have forfeited against me, which is crazy, bro. Which is crazy. So next week, I mean, I get a 3-0 loss here, but I get a 3-0 win next week because of the forfeit, so I'm basically back at neutral with differential. And then we play my boy Dapper, like I said, in week 4. So of course he's gonna go for the Terra Blast Ghost here just to flex and take out my Iron Hand, so it's gonna be GG. So shouts to this boy right here. He's doing really well in the league, so I hope that we get to rematch him in playoffs and I get to build a real team so we can get our revenge. Anyway, shouts to my boy here. Go ahead and check out the KPL Discord to be in the link in the description. And of course, hope you guys are looking forward to week 4 against my boy Dapper Snapper. Peace, friends.